What is going on, everybody? Danny back here for another video for you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by the channel once again. If you guys have not, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, as well as smash that subscribe button with the notification bell on. Road to 1,300 subscribers, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Today, we're going to be checking out this video by Tap Out Corner. Came out 12 days ago, and it's when wrestlers getting angry backstage. If there's anything that we know as pro wrestling fans, there's a lot of different atmospheres, a lot of different moods, a lot of different personalities or whatever involved. Sometimes things get a little bit heated. Sometimes, things don't really know how to calm down. Pro wrestlers and celebrities or whatever at the end of the day are human just like me and you. Just because they have a certain career path or they have a certain amount of money in the bank, they're human at the end of the day. And everybody is capable of different kind of human emotions, anger, sadness, depression, whatever it may be. And sometimes, if you push the right button, hard enough, you're not going to really like the outcome of that situation. So we're going to be checking this out. I appreciate you guys so much stopping by, checking out the video again. And like I said, smash the subscribe button. Road to 1,300 subscribers. Let's get into the video.
Fans often see wrestlers get angry in the ring, but rarely do you get to see the drama that goes on backstage.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the
No, of course, we're going to have Ultimate Warrior on here.
I understand that. Well, no, you don't, because I'm making a videotape to some kid.
In this video, you'll see some rare backstage arguments caught on camera, a few of which even led
to
real
the WrestleMania
fights.
40 press conference.
Hey, you piece of
Bro, what?
Get the fuck over me!
March 30th, 2003 was the day Brock Lesnar nearly died. In his first WrestleMania match, the Beast took on the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. The two phenomenal athletes had one of the most physical WrestleMania matches of all time, but it nearly ended in tragedy. Earlier in the day, people backstage told Brock Lesnar that he should perform a shooting star press. Brock had performed this move earlier in his career, but stopped due to how dangerous it was. Lesnar did not want to do the shooting star press, but got talked into it. After wrestling with Kurt Angle for 20 minutes, Lesnar got onto the top rope to perform the high-risk move. It did not pay off and nearly cost Brock his life as he landed on his head and neck. Somehow, Lesnar was able to get back up and finish the match, but Lesnar's condition was getting worse and eventually he snapped.
I was getting warm, I was getting sick, and all these people surrounded me, and I was just going nuts. People were grabbing me and wanted me down the stretcher, and wanted me in the ambulance, and I wasn't having any of that.
WWE wrestlers are constantly getting asked to do interviews. Not only that, but in some cases, the interviewer...
Like I said, man, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your job title is. Everybody is human. Everybody has, different things going on in their life or whatever. And, you push and prod hard enough, you're gonna get an outcome that you're really not quite expecting. You just gotta watch your surroundings, bro, because like I said, regardless, it doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter, what's your job title. Everybody's human at the end of the day.
Is trying to manipulate the wrestler into saying something they don't want to. Former WWE star Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, saw exactly what this camera crew was trying to do and called them out.
You asked me the same question like 15 times. And I'm not gonna manufacture some answer for you. Go find somebody else and give them a script. Stop trying to lead me into saying the things you want me to say.
This is not the only time Ambrose got legitimately upset backstage. In late 2017, Dean Ambrose suffered a triceps injury and was out of action for 9 months. Finally, in August 2018, Ambrose was getting ready to make his return. A WWE camera crew was filming the Lunatic Fringe when he got a phone call informing him plans had changed.
No way. You're kidding me. I am feeling good. I happen to be feeling fantastic. Thank you for asking. No, yeah, I'm gonna be there. Because I'm not there, except for the last 8 months, where I nearly died. But thanks for calling. No, now you call. I gotta get on a plane and go all the way back to the East Coast. About this much notice. I've been back in the game for 30 seconds, and I'm already getting pissed off.
It was uncommon to have cameras backstage at WWE shows in the 1980s. This was because wrestlers really broke character back then to keep fans believing it was all real. However, backstage was a safe place for wrestlers to be themselves. At one event, though, someone was able to get backstage with a camera and secretly filmed Andre the Giant and some other wrestlers. Once they saw the intruder, Andre made it clear he was not welcomed.
Hey, what the doing there?
So far, these incidents haven't led to anyone getting into a fight, but this next one did. CM Punk's arrival in All Elite Wrestling...
Could you imagine, somebody managing to sneak backstage with a camera? Especially, back in, the era of, fucking Hulkamania and Andre the Giant and Ultimate Warrior. Bro, I would be running and shitting myself all the way out the door.
In 2021 was a huge moment for the company. However, Punk's tenure in AEW was filled with controversy. This was first brought to light in 2022 when CM Punk went on a tirade during a media scrum after AEW's All Out pay-per-view.
And the fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs and couldn't manage a target, and they spread lies.
Couldn't manage a target.
These verbal attacks would soon become physical. After CM Punk left the media scrum, he was confronted by those EVPs he had just insulted. The confrontation soon turned physical, with CM Punk getting into a real fight with Kenny Omega and Matt and Nick Jackson. The incident was so bad that CM Punk ended up signing a lifetime NDA, preventing him from ever talking about what happened at All Out. While no footage of that backstage fight exists, the fight that happened after that does. Yes, CM Punk got into 2 backstage fights within 2 years in AEW. After the incident at All Out, Punk was sent home. 9 months later, the Best in the World would return, but it wouldn't last long. During his second run in AEW, Punk said he was asked to help with a dispute backstage. Fellow wrestler Jack Perry was adamant about doing a stunt where he'd go through a real car windshield. Multiple backstage personnel had told Perry no, but he still wanted to perform the stunt. That's when CM Punk was asked to step in and use his authority as a veteran wrestler to tell Jack Perry no. According to CM Punk, Perry was calm and understanding when Punk explained why he would not be slammed through a real car windshield. That seemed to be the end of it. However, not long after, the argument was opened again, and this time, it ended much worse. During AEW's All In pay-per-view, Jack Perry was competing in a match when he said this to the camera.
Hey. Bro, I remember we were watching this show. I remember scrolling on my phone or whatever, going on social media, and everybody was talking about how there was a backstage altercation involving CM Punk. Nobody knew the details at that time. That shit was nuts. I was like, great. On one of the biggest days for AEW and pro wrestling, we have a fucking altercation backstage. That is wild, man.
Of Rob Van Dam.
Come here.
Jack
you know Perry
what this is right
launching
here? And then crushing.
Real glass.
Crushing the abdomen.
Go cry me a river.
Obviously, this was a direct shot taken at CM Punk. This upset Punk, and he confronted Jack Perry after the match. The footage doesn't have any audio, but after a brief conversation, CM Punk shoved Jack Perry and put him in a headlock. People nearby were quick to break up the altercation, but nonetheless, the incident got a lot of attention. The backstage fight ultimately led to CM Punk leaving AEW and eventually rejoining WWE. Speaking of WWE, a similar incident happened decades before CM Punk's backstage fight and actually resulted in someone getting hurt. In 1997, the WWE champion Bret Hart was leaving WWE to work for their competitor, WCW. His last match for the company was at the Survivor Series pay-per-view in Montreal, Quebec. Hart's contract gave him reasonable creative control, and he decided not to lose the championship. The owner of WWE, Vince McMahon, wanted Hart to lose the title, but legally couldn't say no. So he did something different. During Bret Hart's final WWE match, McMahon had the bell run and awarded the victory to Bret's opponent, Shawn Michaels. This was all planned behind Bret's back, and the Hitman was just as shocked as the fans. Since this happened on live TV, most people have seen this infamous moment, but few have seen what happened backstage.
Shawn, you weren't in on that?
Fucking idea. Nigga, no place. God is my fucking witness. My hands are clean this one, I swear to God. He's yelling at me out there. I gave him a help when I came back here. I will not have any part of it.
Wait, you guys should.
These guys. Okay, let's get out. Hey, those are dogs.
After the cameras left, Bret Hart would have a private meeting with Vince McMahon. Bret then shared what happened immediately after.
What happened? Somehow Vince ran into my hand, but I drilled him about as hard as I could.
Vince ran into my hand.
You knocked out Vince McMahon with a punch?
I told him to get out.
Don't look at the camera, try and look for
This isn't the first time a wrestler has been mad at Vince McMahon. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' Universal Championship match at WrestleMania 34 is considered to be one of the worst main events in WWE history. The crowd was not into it, with fans chanting, "This is awful," during the bout.
Oh my God! And now Lesnar delivering that.
It didn't help either. The match went through some last-minute changes. In the end, Brock Lesnar beat Roman and retained the Universal title. Despite the victory, the Beast was mad, presumably because of how horrible his match was. After the match was over, Brock went backstage and did this.
Right there. Look at the rage on the face, in the eyes of the rage. Yeah.
If this were anybody else, they probably would have been fired for showing this level of disrespect to Vince McMahon, but this is Brock Lesnar. In fact, it was reported that McMahon and Lesnar later talked things over and made amends. After wrestling for 30 years, Terry Funk was hanging up his boots and retiring. The hardcore icon was going to have one last match before calling it quits and hoped that his friend and fellow wrestler, Dennis Stamp, would be there. However, Stamp wasn't booked and refused to attend. Terry Funk then went to his friend and asked him to come to his retirement match, leading to an argument.
How's everything going?
I'm not going to be here, but...
Why aren't you?
Because I'm not booked.
You're not going to be here. Why aren't you going to be here? Please be here.
I'm not going to be here, Terry, because I'm not booked. That's an old rule. That's an old rule I've had for a long time. Because I'm not involved.
I want you to come, please.
Well,
I'm asking you to please come, all right?
I already have other arrangements.
Beyond the Mat documentary.
And don't take it personally, because I used to be in the dressing room and I used to see the old guys. And that's where I am now. I used to see the old guys that came in the dressing room that come around and they looked like old dogs just hoping somebody would recognize them. Here, Spot.
Then why don't you come and see us?
I really have to be involved and I'm not.
I want you to be there.
You know, and I did ask you in April if I could referee some matches on the card, which would have been but I'm not on the card. I'm not booked.
You want to referee me and Brett? Referee me and Brett.
I already have other arrangements made, Terry.
I want you to referee me and Brett. I'm just telling you.
I guess. Okay. So what happened? I guess you just
900 miles an hour.
I guess it was just so far down. I guess you just didn't hear me or something when I asked you before.
I don't.
Or didn't
Dennis,
think about
I
it.
didn't even know about it. But I want you to. I want you to.
I appreciate that.
Okay. I want you to. Will you please do it?
Appreciate that.
It's my last match. It's my last match. Call me if you can, because I would love it.
Okay.
I would love it. I'd love to have you there as part of it.
I appreciate that, Terry.
I want you to be there.
I appreciate that.
Dennis Stamp did end up attending the show and was right by his friend's side. In fact, Stamp was the referee for Terry Funk's match that night against Bret Hart. Santino Marella was one of the funniest WWE wrestlers of all time, but just like everyone, he can get ticked off too. In 2005, Santino was training at WWE's development system, OVW. During a show, Santino was playing a fan in the crowd. He was supposed to act afraid of the boogeyman, but instead, he laughed. The man in charge, Jim Cornette, became enraged and slapped Marella afterward. Cornette ended up getting fired, and Santino continued his WWE career. Over a decade later, while at a convention, Marella and Cornette bumped into each other, and it went as well as you would expect.
Get the away from me! I'm trying to walk away from you! Hey, look at this guy! He's trying to start a fight with me, and I'm trying to walk away from him! I don't have nothing else to say to you, so get the out of my way! You're the first one to say to me.
I should have known Jim Cornette, man, was going to be on this list somewhere. Jim Cornette cannot help but to stir up drama everywhere he goes, bro. Listen to his podcast. Even though he does have one of the most entertaining fucking podcasts in the entire wrestling space, the guy is nothing but fucking drama. Drama seems he's almost like fucking Vince Russo, and he's probably not going to like that because he hates Vince Russo. I'm definitely going to be getting kicked out of the Cornette fan club. If there is one exists, but he reminds me so much of Vince Russo, bro. They talk a big game, and then when somebody steps up to them, they're like, I'm trying to walk away. Bro, can you imagine when fans are like, oh, this is...
Now, we saw how CM Punk manhandled Jack Perry, but how well would he have done in a real fight? To find out, watch the video on screen.
Damn, bro. Damn, guys, man. That was Wrestlers Getting Angry Backstage. Like I said, man, it doesn't matter what your job title is. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, or whatever. At the end of the day, we're just all people. You know, we all have our own issues. We all have our own shit going on. And, you know, if you push and prod hard enough, you know, you're not going to like the consequences, and, you know, you're not going to like what happened. So, crazy stuff, man. Let me know if there's anything on this list that you have seen or noticed backstage, a backstage altercation, whatever, that was not labeled on this set video. Let me know, man, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of instances. For one, I can name Jericho and Goldberg back in like their 2002, 2003 or whatever. I know there was big time tension between them. I think Booker T got into a real fight with somebody around SummerSlam of 2003 or something like that. So there's been a lot of instances, and a couple that I personally know that have not been on this list, man. So it's crazy stuff. Let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys Hit that subscribe button with the notification button on. See you guys next time.